everyone. Welcome to EduHubSpot's Knowledge Series. If you're new here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss future videos. In this video, we're going to answer a very important question in the GenAI world. What is prompt engineering and how does it actually work? If you've ever used ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or any other AI tool in thought, sometimes it gives brilliant answers and sometimes it completely misunderstands me, then this session is for you. By the end, you'll know how to talk to AI in a structured way. First, let's start with the basics. What is a prompt? A prompt is simply the instruction you give to an AI model. It can be a question, a command, a context description, or even an example. Basically, one line that gives the AI your task, your format, and your audience. Now that we have awareness of what prompts are, we need to understand what is prompt engineering. It is the process of designing prompts intentionally so that AI models produce accurate, relevant, and meaningful responses. You are structuring your instructions, adding context, defining tone and audience, and choosing the right format for the output. But how does AI actually interpret your prompt? When you type something, the AI is not reading it like a human. It doesn't see sentences and meanings the way we do. It breaks your text into small pieces of words. Those tokens are converted into numbers. The model then looks at patterns in those numbers based on everything it learned during training. So for the AI, your sentence is more like a sequence of numbers and patterns than a story. And that's what brings us to tokenization, and pattern matching LLMs rely heavily on this method. Here's what happens. They break your sentence into smaller word pieces or tokens. They use mathematical relationships between them. They look for familiar patterns, and then they predict the most likely next token. They repeat this process until the response is complete. So every answer you see is basically a long chain of next most likely token predictions. To put it simply, LLMs generate text one token at a time, and each of these is chosen based on probabilities. We can influence this behavior using parameters like temperature controlling creativity, then top K and top P to control how wide or narrow the model's options are. But the biggest factor is that a clear, well-structured prompt is a much better prediction path to follow. Now that we understand how AI works internally, let's talk about core prompting principles. Rule number 1, be clear and direct. Precise instructions remove ambiguity and reduce AI guessing. Instead of, "Can you maybe help me create something about our product launch?" Say, "Write a 3-paragraph LinkedIn post announcing our new product launch in a confident tone." That brings us to understand that clarity increases accuracy. Next, always specify the tone and audience. Providing background details makes responses relevant and tailored. If we say, "Explain cloud computing," AI doesn't know who the explanation is for. But if I say, "Explain cloud computing to a non-technical CEO," using simple business language and 2 real examples, now the model knows who it's speaking to, how deep it should go, and what style to follow. This transforms the output. Now we move on to role-based prompting. Role instructions and formatting rules shape the AI's behavior. A clear example that amplifies our understanding of it is, act as a cybersecurity consultant. Explain phishing risks to new employees in 5 bullet points. Suddenly, due to this specification, the AI behaves like an expert. Now let's move to some advanced prompt techniques. First is zero-shot prompt. In this prompting technique, the model receives a clear natural language description of what to do, but no sample input-output pairs, and relies entirely on the general knowledge it learned during pre-training to produce the answer. Next, we move on to one-shot prompt. It is a prompt where the model is given exactly one example of the task before being asked to solve a new, similar case. So compared to zero-shot, one-shot gives the model one demonstration. Next is few-shot prompts. Basically, it means giving the model examples of what you want. This is extremely useful for standardizing email templates, generating uniform product descriptions, etc. This is why few-shot prompting is heavily used in real AI applications. Let's talk about chain of thought, or as commonly referred as CoT. CoT is especially useful for logic-based math or decision-making tasks. A good QOT prompting defines the reasoning steps you want the model to follow. Like in the example given here, we are defining the chain of reasoning, not just asking for an answer. Next, let's look at iterative prompting. In this technique, instead of expecting a perfect answer in one try, we improve prompt over multiple rounds, using each response as feedback for the next prompt. Iterative prompting lets us gradually clarify the task, tighten the format, and correct mistakes or hallucinations. Until now, we have focused on individual prompts and clever techniques. But how to make an enterprise-ready prompt? Prompting on its own only uses what the base model already knows from pre-training. That's where RAG, that is Retrieval Augmented Generation, comes in. It adds a retrieval layer before the model answers. It looks up relevant documents from your own knowledge source and injects those into the prompt. This is crucial for enterprises because most important information is private, frequently updated, and not allowed to leave the organization. Now, where does fine-tuning fit in the AI ecosystem? Fine-tuning adjusts the model's behavior based on new training examples. You use it when you want a consistent brand voice, a model that responds exactly in your company's tone, or custom instructions baked into the model forever. In practice, enterprise-ready solutions usually combine all three ideas: strong prompting, fine-tuning for style and workflows, and RAG to ground answers. This is why prompt engineers are often described as the bridge between people and AI models. So, what skills does a prompt engineer actually need? At a high level, it's about strong communication, writing structured instructions, and understanding how LLMs behave, along with familiarity with prompt patterns, iterative refinement, and AI tools and parameters. If you want to turn prompt engineering into a professional skill, EduHubSpot's GenAI and Prompt Engineering Training Program takes you from beginner to expert level with hands-on exercises, real-world projects, and guided learning. Whether you're from tech or non-tech, this program will help you become job-ready for high-demand roles. Still in doubt on where does prompt engineering take you in the real world? Some very common use cases are customer support chatbots, marketing teams, e-commerce platforms, developers, legal and finance teams. So if you want to learn prompt engineering in a more hands-on way, click the link in the description to join the GenAI and Prompt Engineering Training Program. And before you go, drop a comment with your questions, subscribe for more such content, and suggest any topics for our upcoming videos. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.